Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for chiming in. Please hit that like button, subscribe button, comment, and share. Today, I will be coming to you today talking about my brother murder and Clearwater Police Department. Stay tuned. Today, I'm going to talk about my brother's murder. My brother was murdered in 2018. It's been 4 years going on 5, and we yet have any answers to why my brother was killed, and we yet have to find out who the person is that is responsible for his death. But first off, I want to read something that I wrote for my brother. It's called A Letter to My Brother. To my dearest brother Jermaine, I miss you so much. There is nothing in this world that could ever take the pain away that I feel. I'm so angry because the police department isn't doing anything about your case. They don't even want me to call the police department to find out anything at all about your case. And the reason being for that is they don't want me calling is because I will get up in the mornings, I will call. If I don't hear any answers from the detective, I will call again around about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I will call back, and I will call back before the detective get off if I don't hear anything from them. And it's sad because I'm working on my brother's case, and it's like I'm working on my brother's case by myself, excuse me. And I can't get any help from the police department. But anyways, they don't want me calling or anything like that. If I want to find out information about my brother, I have to call my niece or my mother to find out anything. And basically, with my niece, she's still dealing with it in her own way, and my mom is dealing with it in her own way. So I will call, and they will give me the same answer, both of them. They're just telling us the same thing. And they give both of them the runaround. And they couldn't do that with me. They couldn't give me the runaround. They couldn't tell me anything that I didn't want to hear. So well, I'm not even going to read this because I done got off track with it anyway, so I'm just going to flow with it. They couldn't give me the runaround. So basically they said, like, we're just going to cut her out, keep her from calling, keep us from aggravating us. Basically what they did. So finally, I got in touch with one of my brother's friends, and I had her to rewrite a letter for me that I was going to send out to the chief of police the detective that's working on the case, and the governor. So, once I sent those letters out and they got the letters, now they want a meeting. A meeting that should have been held about 2 years ago, and my brother's been dead 4. So, we get to the meeting, and basically, it's about the same thing. They don't have no leads. They don't have nothing. So, I stood up and I said, you guys have leads. You have answers. But you don't want to tell us. So I'm like, why can't we get any answers? So now here's their thing now. Reason why we can't get any answers, and they can only tell us so much. And which I know, because now they're telling us my brother's case is still open. Well, I'm glad to hear that, because at least I know you guys are doing something. But yet they still don't want me to call, which is fine, because I will get my answers one way or another if I have to solve this myself. So, my mom has been grieving ever since. That's her son. That's her child. That's her knee baby. She really has her moments. She goes into a dark place. So when she goes in her dark place, she takes to Facebook, she takes to the media. And she asks the same questions over and over again like I do, his daughter does. If anybody have any information about who murdered my son, can you please call Clearwater Police Department, or could you please call Crime Stoppers and let them know what you saw or what you heard? You know, nothing yet. You know, it's people out there that knows what happened to my brother, but afraid to say something or don't want to say anything. I know that. I get that. You don't want to be called a snitch. But you got to understand, this is someone's child that was murdered. This is someone's child, not someone's friend. This is someone's child. This is different. And my niece, I have to look her in her eyes, because she holds her feelings in. She holds everything in. And it's just a matter of time before she breaks down. And I'm really hoping that she doesn't, because she wants justice for her father. And I'm the one that's gonna help her get justice for her father, because she needs it. Her grandson, her son needs it. That was my brother's only grandson. He used to go and watch him play football, take him to practice, and do stuff with him. And my nephew is missing that. And my dad, oh my God, my dad, he deals with it in a man's way, should I say, in a man's way. And it's kind of hard to pinpoint when he's missing him, when he wanted to talk to his son. That was my dad's baby son. baby son. All of us was close. And it's like, when they took him, they took all of us. What people fail to realize, that haven't been through losing a sibling, a mother, a father, niece, or a nephew, that they haven't been through this. This is a pain that stays here. This is a pain that never goes away. This is something that you never forget. And they don't understand that. They want to brush you off. They want to say that you're crazy. But for me to feel close to my brother, I write poetry. I write about him. I write about all the things that he would do. I write about our childhood as we was coming up. I write about the pain. I write about how much I'm missing. That's how I deal with it. But my other two siblings, they are dealing with it the best way they can too. And I'm hoping that we will get closure soon for my brother, so he can be at peace. Well, I know for myself right now that my brother is at peace with himself and with God. I know he's with. I know he is with God. I know he's with God. But there's one thing that I would like to point out about my brother, though. Not one thing. I'm not going to say one thing because I can go on and on about my brother. These are some things that I know about my brother. My brother was sort of a loner, but he had friends. It was few that he would call his friends. And my brother was a joker. He was someone that made you laugh. If you needed him, he would give you the shirt off his back. If he didn't have what you wanted, he would make sure that he would get it some kind of way and you would have it that day or the next day. But this one particular thing I really noticed about my brother is that if he didn't know you, he didn't mess with you. Before you come to his house or wherever he at, you have to call. He have to give you permission. You just can't pop up to his house. And this is why I say that my brother knew his killer, because he let them in. He let them in. So I know my brother knew them. It's just the fact that I got to find out who they are or who he is. And I have had this thing in the back of my mind that he was set up. He was set up by someone he knew. And I really believe that. That would never change from the way I feel about why they was in my brother's place of living. He knew them. He knew them very well. For him to turn his back to walk them to the door, he knew them. And as cowards as they are, they shot my brother 5 times in the back. In the back. Those are cowards. Cowards. And to make it seemed like my brother didn't know them, but my brother knew them. He knew them very well. He had to. My brother don't slip up. He don't slip up. But my thing is with Clearwater Police Department, if you're black, I'm not racist or anything. I'm not racist at all. But if you're black, you get nowhere with the police department. Nowhere. We have to really fight to get justice for our family members. We don't get headlines in the newspaper or television. See, just like the girl Gabby. She has all this media coverage. But if that was someone's black, we would not have that coverage. Just like the young black boy that they were looking for, but they found him in the river, lake, or somewhere. He hadn't got any coverage at all about his case. None whatsoever. See, we as black people, it's like we're underground to them, if you understand what I'm saying. It's like we're underground. We get no coverage. We get no media publicity. We get none of that. So we have to fight for rights to get justice for our family. Our family. And it's wrong. Clearwater Police Department is not right. They're not right at all. But that's how I feel. That's how I feel. They're not right. But anyways, to go on to finish my letter I wrote for my brother. I have to say that my niece needs answers. She really needs answers. And I do want to know, are they still working on my brother's case? I do want you to know that I really miss your hugs, your smile, your smell, your jokes. I will never forget those things about you. I really want to get closure for your daughter, your grandson, mom, and dad. They miss you so much. Mom has her days. Dad is dealing with it in his own way. It's really been hard for us for the 4 years that you have been taken from us. I wish that you could tell me who done this to you. I know you knew them, knew him or them. I know that if they didn't call you before they come by, you wouldn't have let them in. So I know you know them. I have even been back up to the Super 8 motel. And went to the room where you were staying. When I opened the door, I felt cold and chills all over me. I was like, it was like when I opened that door, I felt the cold air. And this is winter. This is winter. I felt the cold air as I opened up this door. And I got chills all over my body. I knew then that my brother was there with me. And I know that he knows that I'm working on his case. And it felt like that I felt his last breath. How do one deal with that? How do one deal with that? You feel your brother's last breath. That was the hardest thing I ever done and I ever felt. So I knew then that you was in that room with me that day. Jay, you was a brother that a sister wished that I'm sorry. I'm just like in my emotions right now, but my brother was a brother that any sister wished that they had. So I know that you are with your Maker now. And go on and enjoy your journey with the Lord above. Because I know He only takes the best. Love and kisses. If you know anything about my brother Jermaine Crumpton's murder, please call Clearwater Police Department Homicide Unit and get in contact with Sergeant Dan Loader. The number to Clearwater Police Department is 727-562-4317. Crime Stoppers is 1-800-873-TIPS 8477. And if you don't want to call Clearwater Police Homicide Department, you can give me a call. You can contact me. And I will leave all my information on my channel where you can contact me. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching my channel, and I hope you like the content that I have left today.